We have returned to my incredible base in Grainrot. It is absurd the things that can be done in this game, and there's more that I want to do, because as you can see, the outdoors is riddled with junk and scrap and all kinds of nonsense, and if I go out there, well, I'm just going to burn away slowly. So I have to find some option, some direction in order to survive out here if I'm ever going to want to do more with all of this land, because in confined, cramped spaces, you can see what can be done. There's a lot of options that you can go with that are maybe impressive, maybe fantastical, maybe a little bit extreme even in small confined spaces. If you decide to, you can make some nice spread out things, but if you really want to maximize for score, you can put it really confined. But what if you had an unbelievably open amount of space? Can you equip an umbrella and build at the same time? I wonder. I'm going to be testing out different ways and ideas on how to go out there and both build, but also mostly I want to test how to improve my odds of staying out there for longer, and then really get into the building end in a little bit. But first, let's go ahead, because in the last runs of the game, in the last, well, 12-hour stream I did in this game, really pushing it, I was able to get 10,000 gold. That way I don't have to worry about gold for many different things, just one of those things, including the umbrella. I will also, if I can, I would like to buy a new sniper rifle because it is quite strong. But let's refresh here, see if I can find anything fanciful. Ooh, this. Now, do I have... I think I don't have one of these, so I am going to buy one of these. But more importantly, we need an umbrella. Yes, umbrella, simply 3 hundo. Not too bad. I am going to be going through a lot of my equipment, getting rid of things. But should I get a sniper? Now, does it make sense to use a sniper, or could I eventually raise my damage enough that the sniper is actually not the best option because it does a lot of damage but shoots so slowly? I think a repeater might actually be better long term. And so I'm not that tempted by the sniper, but I certainly did want the umbrella. I can throw the hacksaw downstairs, and I think I will refresh maybe a couple times here. Let's see. Okay, one more time. Wow, okay. All right, one more time. I was hoping to get another umbrella, but I don't want to waste all my gold on this. There we go. Yes, perfect. So a couple umbrellas. We'll take a couple umbrellas. Now I can always upgrade these in order to use them later, but I am curious how well the umbrellas will go. Let me see here. Mainly going for looks, so it looks clean, then difficult, sure. Reason why I made a throne, and then stacked pictures, large, small, with lights and plants for clean decoration whilst building for XP. Can you equip an umbrella and build at the same time? That I wonder. So generally speaking, the umbrella only protects you if you hold right click, which uses its stacks, its durability. And so for now, I'm going to throw this downstairs. I believe I have one more umbrella down here that I can spend 100 to repair. And then I will have 3 umbrellas for my mission to start. Another thing, though, of course, will be improving my HP. I'm going to focus on that a little bit here as well. Excuse me. As part of the mission. We're upstairs, right? Upstairs for this. Let's see if we could stick them in the sand. Or, like, yeah, stick them open somehow to act as a deterrent for the sun, potentially. And a part of that as well could be, because we have wondered about this. I've been asked this a few different times, and I don't know for sure the answer, although I do assume, based on the game and how it's done, that they will not allow me to place things to create a shadow to stand behind, but worth a try. First, let me go into here and just see about... You know what I'm even going to do? Is there another hacksaw in here?
You're looking for?
Oh, this is a decent hammer. I think I'm probably more likely to want 2 hacksaws. I want to make sure I have all the things that I'm going to need long-term as well. Let's see. Here we are. Bring a hacksaw. Take this with me and get rid of... I'm going to get rid of some of the stuff around the room because I actually think... Eventually, I'm going to transform this room even more. But for now, I think really stacking for min-maxing in this room, because it gives you the most health, could be a great idea. Considering if I get a ton of HP and I have a ton of umbrellas, then I'll have the most amount of time to spend outside building or doing whatever else I might want to do without worry of my HP being depleted. So we're going to delete some of these things. And I think in order for this to make sense, it would be good to do some type of alternation. So I know there's a few different options. Let's see. break these out, break these out. One thing that might make sense, break you, break you. Okay. At least this segment. I want this segment open for me to really focus on stacking and placing things for maximum HP gainage. If you have high crits, it improves the glue on how quick it heals you. Really? That is... Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. So, and that would also mean you use less durability for it, yeah? Break these. Break these. Excellent. Excellent. Maybe hold 3 umbrellas and 1 glue. Seems like this game min-maxing is required to get the higher tiers. Well, Blue Tiger, there you can min-max in some ways, but you can also do things that are creative. It's not as though you are limited to doing this. And you're not even limited to doing this. You can also choose to do more creative things. You know, to an extent, you might think this is not the most creative in the world, but something like this, I think a little bit better. It creates a tunnel, almost like I'm a worm going through, but it's definitely min-maxy direction. And then you could even potentially do something as extreme as this. Now, this will give you a decent amount of experience. Maybe this is 30, 40 levels or something like that. It's decent. It's not the most min-maxy, not by any means. And it's actually fairly impractical. I mean, how much space here is wasted by this? How much... These lights don't do anything because there's 2 lights next to each other. A lot of it is aesthetic. However, every plant down there is worth, I think, 6 or so. And so altogether, it does end up being worth a fairly large amount. But regardless of that, that almost doesn't matter because I want it to look incredible. And I think it does. And so you can get up to level 100, 200, 300, whatever. I'm sure. Well, I think there's probably a limit. Like, if you want to get up to level 100 in every room, you could do it in a creative, expressive, and impressive sort of a way. And this is one of the ways you could try to go about that, is to build something impractical, but that gives a lot of experience, that looks good, and that is impressive in the fact that it even exists. And I appreciate you very much, Araceli. Appreciate you coming around. I don't really... How old are you? I'm 26. I guess I don't care. I was going to say I don't really answer that because it's a little bit of a weird question to come in straight out the gate saying, but, you know, whatever. There you are. You know, who cares? So, about age. You know, I'm not going to worry too much about saying that, I suppose. So, we have a bunch of plants. We have it all kind of situated on top, but I appreciate you coming around. F. Ardeen. Donut. Yo, Donut. How's it going? Have I shown you this donut? Have you seen this? Are you single? Hey. What was that? Why are you asking? All right. Any flower pots for sale? I've got a few. I think you have to reach up to the top shelf, but if you knock it over, you're paying for it. It's worth what was it? It was worth 6 hours, 7 hours of pay. So, you know, careful where you step. All right, but there are flower pots for sale. Just only the top ones. Don't take one of these, or I'll lose my mind. How are your plants holding the lanterns? They're holding them really well, actually. Young Pro, I appreciate you. In fact, they're holding them extremely well. And let me show you exactly how well together it's held, because it's actually pretty sturdy, I would say. Let me show you that real fast, because you may not have seen, I suppose. So if you want to see stability, true stability, you know, this thing wouldn't move if a rhino ran straight through it. Okay, so why don't we take a look at exactly how stable that setup is, because I do want to kind of show it off. You might get a kick out of this. So let me show you this here. All right. For whatever reason, it always does pause here. So you can sort of see we're at the top and we're building a bunch of plants on top of the top layer. And I'm placing. Do you see? It's so stable. Right. Wow, dude. Might get a kick out of that. Wow. Oh, you see it. I only seen 2 minutes of the game. Fair. This was crazy. Yeah. I missed that. Yeah, this was a crazy one. There were 2 falls, and this was the more crazy one, I think. This one was, I think, what, 5 hours in or so. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, let me show you though. It is beautiful. It's very stable. It's very you know, set into place. If it wasn't obvious, I'm back for new hats. There you go. Yeah, I did notice that you were in New Time Shatter, and I thought I remembered that you had come in before as well, because you seem to know a greater deal about this game than me. I'm about it. Hey, fair. You know, it is what it is. If you have any questions on any particular component of the game, let me know, because I've been playing the heck of it. Sorry, buddy, it looks good. Thank you. Thank you. It's great. It's all good. I mean, it was all worth it, right? Because once you have created the thing, even if it is possible that on the way up, any little tiny mistake in any single moment could be and would be enough to destroy the entire thing. Once it's built, that makes it worth all the more, right? Because what would it matter if I built a thing that would be so immensely challenging to make? You know, if it wasn't challenging, it wouldn't matter. It would just be a regular sim. So there you go. But I'm so proud of this, genuinely. What is this game? This is called Grainrot, and the majority of the game is not like that. The majority of the game is not constructing things. Although I do think it's a pretty nice addition and a pretty nice component. What makes it really stand out, and one of the ways it stands out from a lot of games in the genre, which, like, you know, generally extraction looters in this genre, is definitely the building components. That by building things in a room, you increase your amount of experience in that room, which gives you, for example, more health, more damage, more sprint, amount of like stamina, amount of sprint speed, things like that. That's a pretty cool little thing. It's giving out level of patience. I appreciate you. Yeah, it genuinely, it took a lot, especially the first time it fell. It was tough for me, but I also was like, okay, until I concede, I have not lost. The second time it fell, it really took a sec. I was okay. I had to just hold and wait, especially because when these things fall, like when this fell from placing the plant on it or from punching the plant, either one of those times at the very end of the construction, both times it so slowly started to and like everything kind of crumbles, and it's like there's just nothing I can do. So in those moments, it definitely was. It was a trying time of just staring at the screen and watching hours of work, you know. But it is what it is, and we get there, and again, that's really what makes it special. Without that, what could you do? Let me see here. Appreciate you, Fardine. Appreciate that very much. So, again, this is Grainrot, which is primarily, and yo, Freya, I appreciate the follow. That means a lot. Goes a long way. So a big part of this game is the going down into the pits. And last time, if you want to see last time, you can see 12 straight hours of me going back and forth down into the pits to get 10,000 gold. I've already spent a fair bit of it because we have a new objective for today, but I wanted to have 10,000 gold. I got 10,000 gold, and that will enable me to do all the more today on a new project. But it did take a long time to accrue that 10,000 gold. So, you know, what can you do? So my plan for today, and also you'll note that I have 153 artifacts. Every single artifact here, we used 3 of them. There's 2 left there, but we used 3 of them in order to get one of these ball things. And I can take the ball and I can throw it into here, and it'll give me scrap. Originally, it normally gives you constructs, which are the things like building things around here. Each thing is a construct, so benches, tables, whatever. You get a new construct available. Because I have all the contracts available, I can just do this to get more scrap. But because I have 148 left, I think scrap is just never going to be an issue again. But to be fair, there's a lot of things that I want to build, honestly. But the plan for today, though, is not to just build those things up. Largely, the plan for today is to first gain a fair bit of max HP, because I need more of it in order to do my mission. Then the second goal is to try to find other unique ways to survive outside of the building. Because if you go outside the building, you catch on fire, and it is intense. I also wonder if maybe it might be effective to place cogwheel art. Let me see here. Decor. Cogwheel art behind this. Maybe like... Well, I can do this, but then I want more of it. So let's say I did it like this. Is this practical? We can do a series of cogwheel art behind, or like between, like layers. It would be harder to carry out. Signs inside the crate? Yes, signs. I think it's, what, 10 signs inside each crate, 11 signs, something like that. You could fit one more sign in one of those boxes? Ah, I see. What do you have? 48? Well, bro, chill. Let me see, though. I got you. Constructions definitely make the runs more chill and relaxing. Yeah. Let me see here. Are we scared of the physics update pushes through that might unlock them? Yeah, it might break everything. It's possible. It sure is possible. So, but for now, at least for now, my constructions, my beautiful constructions, my beautiful creations are pretty stable. I wonder if I should do it like this, or if I should put them into crates. I know that's a possibility, and it would make it easier for me to move them later, but maybe I don't want to move them later. Maybe I'm happy with this, because there's lots of space in the house where I can build things. And so I could just have a little layer of them here, and on either side of each set of sign boxes. Again, I'm not generally a big min-maxer for the sake of min-maxing, but because the objective for today is not to make a cool construction, at least for the start of the stream. The start of the stream is just about surviving outside. It makes sense. I've already made my cool constructions. I'll make more later. But to make a fairly efficient room first may be a good call, because the furthest goal for me, the strongest goal, is to get health. Also, let me see here. Sunset crates. The only better thing really about not putting them in a crate is putting a carpet under them. Ooh, you are right. A carpet would go a long way. But hold on. I think that is worth undoing a little of this for, because every carpet is actually going to give me so much value. I hadn't considered that. Can we do a house tour? Sure. Kazemi. I'll do it briefly because I do want to focus on getting all of the health boosted, but let me show you this real fast. So as you enter in, there's, really what I'm going to do is I'm going to tour you around the concepts of the house, because if I come into here, you can see that as I started out, something that I thought was pretty cool was you place the carpets down, you place the benches next to the table, maybe a monkey on the bench or a cricket on the bench, some lights around, and each of these different things benefits or boosts the experience of everything that it's on. And so I really liked that, and I was kind of learning how to do that. I learned how to put, and I adjust this a little bit because I wanted this box in here, but I learned how to make some cool paintings with cogwheels and different art in order to boost the experience more, and just kind of playing around with that in this room. Got my monkey bench, of course. What can you do without one? And then when you come into here, it gets a little bit more extreme, where I'm really trying to min-max a bit more on gaining some experience so that I can upgrade my rooms and get, let's say, more attack power. And then I would say it gets to sort of an extreme maybe over here, where this is a part that's super tucked away. So I'm like, okay, let's see how it works when I try to stack things in a pretty dense environment. And so I get a little bit more from that. We'll come back to the base to the basement here, because this is my highest tier things are in here as well. We go up here, and you can see that I start getting a bit more creative with it. You've got red door and a blue door. One door always lies, one tells the truth. The red door says that the blue is lying. The blue door says that they tell the truth. And which one will you believe? I was kind of enjoying this changing to theming more after having already put down some, like a living room, a bedroom sort of environment. I was pretty proud of how this all turned out. I wanted to make something even more impressive, so I had made the red door, blue door situation. But then being inspired now and wanting to keep these things here, because the bigger thing is now that they're here, I don't really want to have to break them. So I wanted to find some way to min-max in areas that are less in the center of everything, that are a bit more off to the side, that I don't look at all the time, maybe, but that will give me a boost, which ended out initially feeling like a pretty good idea before ultimately it turned into something a lot more mesmerizing and ended up being more of a centerpiece to the house instead of something that I didn't want to look at, which is something like this, which is a tunnel. A tunnel straight through and out the back end of the house. Caught the start, not the end. Lurking, I go, well, I appreciate you, Endily. We have created a tunnel. The tunnel, which is the first wonder. This wonder it took a while. It takes a lot of patience. There's some particularly tricky things about setting things flat onto the ground. And so pushing these signs flat definitely was challenging. Pushing these paintings flat, not the easiest things in the world. But it takes me straight out here to my bounce pads up to the 3rd floor, which is, it's a kind of a nice thing, right? It's like a guided little tour through our tunnel. And then lastly, most recently, you have Wonder 2, which is simply the most impressive thing I've built so far. It's a feat of construction, a series of plants, 3x3 by 12, 15 perhaps, with a set of tables upside down, which takes a lot of pressure, is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Like if I, for example, wanted to turn this crate upside down, I'd have to press against the wall, flip it up like this, then flip it over like that. And then while it's upside down, if I pick it up, it wants to fling itself back upright. Same thing for tables. And so I flip the tables upside down and then push them instead with the crate into position, shifting them over. Oh, well, that's not quite right. Shifting them over until they land on top of here and then repositioning them to be on top of the plants. I had to make an entire construct around the plants, a bunch of boxes, in order to keep them all in position, and then just kind of tuck each table in. And then on top of each of these small tables that are upside down, I placed upright small tables, aligning the legs. As you can see, legs are not always the same alignment for each table, extending then to the wall shelves on top of the small tables, and finally the beds on top of that with plants on top of those. And it's pretty insane. It's pretty insane looking, but that's my current base. However, I want to build more constructs. I want to build more intensive things, but I also want to try building outside. That's a really big interest of mine. And so my thought is that it would be nice to get first some extra HP. Seemed like tunnels made of different things. Yeah, I think the first tunnel, so the first tunnel was pretty cool and I liked it. So I wanted something inspired by it, but using a different set of material. Instead of art, I wanted it to be made out of life, essentially, made out of plants, because life gives more experience than art is the concept. And so I did that, but I do think that the next thing I build most likely will not be tunnel related. I might build some more tunnels. I'm sure I'll have some more tunnels through. I actually had an idea for a sort of tunnel system in here a little bit as well. But for this first, though, I do just want to get some HP. And in order to do that, I think my best bet will be to place down, scoot you over as well. I want to place down carpets fairly effectively in here. Let me see, decor, this, rotation. I want to put it all the way to the corner edge. Excellent. And then, okay, well, I guess we'll move this over. And then I'm going to have everything first just on this carpet. And I might put another carpet. We'll put another carpet down just so that in future, if I want to do more, we'll have that. It'd be nice to have this room fully carpeted correctly. Because although for now I'm doing it like this, even though I could just have this room be pretty plain, not every room has to have something crazy in it. I think it'd be cool to do more in this room as well. So we will get to that. But let me first see if I can't position this in here some kind of a way. Let me see. Not sure if it will work for now. So what I need to do, I really do think, yeah, this this could probably go. And then shift you over the round rug. Yeah, unfortunately. Really did min-max every room, especially the lost and found chest. Yeah, that one's a little crazy. There's more min-maxing that I want to do, but it's not just min-maxing. I want it to be sort of artistically interesting, so I have put pressure on that, but every room should be being boosted by level quite a lot, just in different ways. I don't want to do anything, again, too much. I think the crate thing is sort of okay, but I want to each time do something a little bit different and try to learn new things about the mechanics of the game and how it all works. Let's see, scoot this. I could... that's not bad. Let me see. There we go. And then, yeah, my thought is that we do these all along the outer edge. Also, it's interesting that it does seem like these can sort of clip through here more than... Most things don't seem to be able to clip through this bar, but maybe they do, but I don't think that they do. Like, if I try to do it from the front... Oh, it does work too. That's interesting. Flower tunnel's gorgeous. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I do think it's my most impressive. Appreciate the lurk there, Duke. Appreciate that very much. Lurking. Yeah. Really appreciate it. The round rug. Yeah, the round rug out of the way. And then yeah, we're going to put a series of these followed by the crates. I suppose one more here. Because I want to get a decent amount of HP for my next stage. So we're going to get as much of that as I can. I was surprised yesterday, and I do wonder... I wonder if I just did a poor job of it or what, but I don't know. So yesterday I was getting my gold. Right now I've got 7,800 gold left, but I got up to 10k yesterday. It was so much more of a feat than I had expected. I was imagining if I just get a couple double golds, and I didn't really get any double golds until the very end, and so that's probably a big part of it. But I was surprised that it took me such a particularly long time to get 10k gold. I think maybe it always would, unless I can get faster at just doing floors, because some floors do have less gold in them. So maybe if I gave myself more opportunities instead of trying to min-max or get every single thing on the floor. Ooh, okay, let me see. So how many layers should I make this? Maybe 4 layers? I'm going to build a boxing ring in the basement and put 2 Bernies in it. Okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah, I would say probably next mission, kill the sun. I feel like there could be something like that. I do actually think that makes a lot of sense. That's a good sort of observation of where, in my mind, because the sun is definitely the threat. Especially what I'm wondering is, can I get to a point where I can go out into the sun and just not have to worry? Whether it's through sheer amount of health, which would be a good start, or through amount of umbrellas, or through construction. That would be a nice adjustment if I can find a way. It's very counter to the way the game is intended to be, well, to exist, but it makes sense to me that it might be possible. Did you like this? Do you think that these can hit these through this much distance? I think that they probably can. Let me see if I take a sign here. Yes, they certainly can. So I should be able to set a series of signs down in front from level up. Nice. All right. Very nice. Very, very nice. Perfect. Okay. And then another set. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. It looks a little better than I was thinking it would. That was my thought, was that although I like to be creative and expressive, I actually started the other build. So this build over here that turned out so gorgeous, and I do think the lights are a big part of it. Before the lights existed, it was cool but very monotone. But as soon as I added the lights in, it just transformed it. But I do think that my initial thought with this build was just to put a 3x3 set of plants and then push it back, and then maybe do a 5x3, just like keep growing it up and have it all the way to the ceiling, which might be kind of neat. But then once I was like, okay, is there anything I could add to this? And I tried a standing light. I tried to just kind of look through and see, is there anything that I could do to really kind of enhance the plants themselves instead of just having more plants? And I found that small tables did it and other tables did it, but you have to have them on top of the tables. So it wasn't until I found that conclusion that it became like this. It wasn't until I was able to flip it upside down that everything turned around. So yeah, sort of a good reason. And this might just end up being like this for now, because the point of this is really just for the HP, but that'd be okay too, I suppose. But we'll kind of see. All the weapons in the game, there are no good videos of them showing them off. You know, I hope Papa Rossi, I hope they make something on that at some point, because I do think there's a lot of people want to know about the game. It's just come out and there's some people interested in it. So, but show off all the weapons in the game. I can give you a little rundown. I can't show off all very well because I don't actively have them all, and I'd have to re-roll a billion times for it. But the important ones to note, I would say. So if you're curious about the very highest end things, you're probably looking at getting the sniper and the hacksaw, or it's like sawtooth, I think it's called. But the point of this saw is to destroy things very quickly and do damage very quickly as well. And so if you have something like a spider or some other, like the head crabs perhaps, you can use the saw blade to just melt anything like that. The sniper does unbelievably large damage, even with no attack upgrades. So if you upgrade your attack enough, the sniper should one-shot most things for you. Although it does have limited supply of ammo and it shoots kind of slowly. So I'm hoping eventually to switch off of it, because if I can get enough attack damage increase, I could, I'm sure, just use a repeater to one-shot things. And that would be, well, of course, that'd be a lot better because it has way more ammo. But that's the high-end component of the game. There's a lot of weapons between, such as the shotgun, which is, I would really think of it like every weapon is a tier of weapon. So your first ranged weapon, which ranged are generally speaking much better. Your first ranged weapon would be what I might call the repeater, which is it's sort of a simple pistol slash SMG style weapon where you just go you just kind of shoot nails out of it, and that one does pretty good damage but not great damage. Then you get the next one, which I would say would be the shotgun. The shotgun ends out doing more damage, but the spray on it is really large, so you have to be close up to get the enemy down. And then you get towards the sniper. Between those, you could argue that you could get, okay, a rot burner to burn Grainrot. Not really. There's a explosive grenade option as kind of an alternate. But the rot burner and the hook shot I never really got into using, because I don't really see these as being all that useful. Maybe in multiplayer this one is, because in multiplayer you will struggle a lot more with Grainrot, because each of your allies will, if they get 100% Grainrot, will attack you in their own way through the spewing thing, but they'll also constantly be radioactive, giving you Grainrot, and once everyone has Grainrot, it just becomes a problem. So the rot burner might be more useful there, but in solo, I'll just get a lantern, toss it down, and I'm pretty good. It's all right, you know? Semi-pistol. There you go. Let me see here. Creepy, I appreciate you. Thanks for popping in. Let me see. I feel like you sent a message, but I'm not seeing it, perhaps. Peter, oh no, there it is. It's a 3-stream watch trick. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for being around. Repeater is a rifle with a latch under it to swap bullets in the chamber. I see. Well, rifle with a latch. Oh, I think of it as a repeater because I feel like there's just some game that I played at some point that maybe called a gun similar to it a repeater, but that makes sense. A latch under it. So yeah, I'll call it a semi-automatic pistol. Sure. Semi-auto pistol. Semi-auto something. But let me see here. So how are we doing back? Oh, you're lucky I don't have a sniper on me right now, bro. You're so lucky right now. Your life would change. I'm about to change all of our lives here. All right. Yo, I appreciate the water reminder, Blue Tiger. Appreciate that very much. All right. Place this down. I'm gonna need a little bit of action here. I want 4 again. These ones won't be amplified by the carpet, but they will be pretty strong. Ooh, hello. Hey now. Did you just set? Oh, why are you not setting? There we go. There we go. They shouldn't get too finicky because they do set onto their own selves pretty naturally. And I've done so much building in this game already that like this sort of building seems super easy to me compared to what I've been up to. Like the builds that I've made separately from this are way more crazy. Let me see. Bring you down. For XP, swap to painting, then swap back to gear. Yeah, I could do, but I think I'll get plenty from this. I could put a line of paintings above, maybe at the top, could make sense. Some type of alternation, but the problem is that I don't know, well, maybe it makes sense. Do you think if I put, well, it's tricky. So would I want to put small paintings, large paintings, kind of how would you go about it? I could put a series of large paintings between, so we could have this, they'd probably be close enough to large paintings to also amplify them and do a series of large paintings here, and then those there again, and then I could do small paintings all along the top in a big wide line. That might make sense. And I'm not super concerned about min-maxing perfectly, because I think that it looking cool is really what matters the most to me. I want it to work, but I also want it to look interesting. There we go. Let me see. Place you here. Okay, all right. Then we have that there, and then I place these atop. And then, yeah, it could make sense. We could do a row like this, and then a row with paintings between. Maybe the large paintings. Ooh, you are... There you go. We'll be a little bit silly here. There we go. And then this one, I've not really messed with this before. This is my first time with the signs in crates concept, but I do think it's cool. Get ourselves at least up to what level? Oh gosh, level 30 with this potentially. Level 29 there, and then okay, it looks like one more set of these would be enough to get it all uniform like this, and then I think on the other side of this, a series of the paintings. A series of the large paintings. Yeah. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. And then... Let me see. And then another set of the signs. And then we do small paintings on this part. And then large paintings on this part. I don't know if that would make sense. That might not make sense. Let me see here. Speed swapping back. What I would do is go out with the gears to the width of a small painting. Then go across the gears. Then stack gears on top of the small paintings. What about the large paintings? Don't you want all the varieties, or not so much? Let me do furniture. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do signs. I suppose I should place all the signs, or a decent chunk of signs first, so that I can just grab and place, like so. See if we can get an efficient set of options here. Ooh, okay, interesting. Interesting. Place you down. Then one of these. Here and place down. And then this one. And how's our health doing now? 240 HP. Every little bit counts though. It should help for when I'm in the flame. Place. Pull and set. Interesting. Okay. Pull and set, and pull and set. Yo! Otsticks, COT. Appreciate you very much. What's the best way I should say your name there? Sticks, perhaps. Sticks isn't bad. Up we go. Alright. But yeah, I have much planned. So there's this, which is the health increase. Then when we get out there, I'll try building first a sort of box to check and see. Sticks works. Sweet. I'll try to build a sort of box and see if that works for protecting from the sun. If that doesn't work for protecting from the sun, then I will try... Okay, scoot you along. Move along. I'll try using umbrellas and seeing if I can build still using that. And then after we do that, I have two more things that I think are fairly exciting or interesting. Two more premises that I think could be interesting. All right, place this in. I want a series of signs, but particularly the next one, the one immediately after my current thing I'm showing, I think could be really cool. Place you in. Although I wonder, how is the performance impact of more items? So far, I haven't really seen anything change for myself. Although I have a decent computer, so it's hard to say what it might be if you take it to the extreme. But I've done this, and I've not really seen anything change This is probably the most items I have, although it's arguable. Maybe not as many as the other one. When it falls, it is... I don't think it slows down, but it is a little bit crazy visually. So if you want to see what it looks like when a lot of objects are moving at once and see if that slows it down at all, you might find this interesting. I should check and see if... I do wonder, I actually don't remember for sure if there was any kind of a slowdown during the span of time it was happening. Let me see. I know the screen, this, for whatever reason, Twitch freezes for a second at this spot, but then after that stops. I don't remember for sure. Let's see what happens when it goes down. Yeah, I'm not really seeing performance impact, I don't think. Wow. And there's a lot of movement of a lot of individual objects at that point. So, one ping, man, I appreciate you. Appreciate that ping. Appreciate that follow very, very much. I don't think anything changed about it visually. Yeah, really smooth. Yeah, I think so too. So, it seems pretty good. The Witch's War, I appreciate the follow very much. Thank you so much. And then also, I have this up here. So, considering that I have a fair bit already in, I'm going to have an obscene amount more. Like, it might be sort of disgusting, the amount that I have across the house eventually. And so we'll see what that does. But at least for now, and even when they're all moving at once, it seems like it works pretty fine. Let me see. Let me go back in here. But, you know, I would consider if you've got less kind of decent computer, that if you put a ton down, it might impact it. But I wouldn't expect that anything more than quite a lot. You know, I think you'd need a lot of physics going on in order for even well, I don't know, depending on the computer, perhaps. Probably recommended specs or something out there. Let me see here. Place this in. Place, 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 and place. And we grab. Appreciate that follow very much, though. It goes a long way. Witch's Ward and a one ping man, both of you. It really goes a long way. Let me see. Place this into here. Okay, let me see. That there, and then one more sign, I think, in this crate should be enough. I just need one more crate after this one, then I'll place the paintings. I'm curious how that might go, but rotate you around and place you in. There. Then one more time, we get a crate, place it down, and I need decor. We'll place sign 1, sign 2, sign 3, sign 4. Oops. There we go. And sign 5. That's a little bit low. Yeah, I think 4 signs might generally be the max here for speed, but perhaps 5 makes sense. Makes sense. Place. You trappy scrappy. I hate him. You can do some things. You can do some things. Actually, I made a thumbnail for this stream for YouTube that looks like. Let me show you the thumbnail real quick because you were saying, can you scrappy them? Can you scrappy trappy? I will show you something that you might enjoy if you don't like them very much. Forever, I have them trapped in flame. but yes, you can scrap around this little guy here. If I had the sniper on me, you can do some nonsense. Work of art. Yes, the beautiful thumbnail of me blowing this. Oh, I've actually. Okay, let me. because it seems you might enjoy it. Hold on. You can boot them out. There's a couple things you actually do to them, but let me show you. Have I gotten the new sniper? Also, look at this. My little collection is starting because I have 148 artifacts right now, so all these purple balls are really not that needed, I would say. I'm not seeing my sniper, so maybe I'll buy a new sniper. Do I not have a sniper right now? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. That's a broom. Oops. And then plus you a sec.
Buy stuff.
It's expensive. I went and got 10k gold last time, and it was expensive, but I'll get one sniper, and if I don't want to use it, I don't have to use it. But let's take a look at this. Let's see here. Bang. Now, they will return at some point. I don't exactly know when, but there you have it. There you have it. At the ball pit. Let's see. Yeah, right. I mean, you know what? It might seem cruel, but clearly... Hold on here. Clearly, he loves it. Oh, he's not doing it. So when I first come up from the pit every time... Oh. There he goes. When I first come up from the pit every time, I throw a ball in here, and he's always wiggling around in there. I'm like, all right, I guess you know what? I guess he's fine, you know? Seems like he's all right. Swing our way up. Oh my god, you can kill him. This is monumental. Yeah. It's a lot of HP. It's a lot of HP. You certainly wouldn't be able to do it by accident, but yes, indeed, you sure can. Now, where did I leave that umbrella? I want to make sure I've got it. I don't want to miss out on the umbrella. Oh, I think I left it in the shop, right? Yeah, it's right there, isn't it? Lots of mallets. That's true. That's true. An infinite supply, in fact. All right. Let me see. One more crate, and when I have the crate into place, we will place the paintings and see how it goes. Again, this is a fairly min-maxy direction, more so. Well, you could argue that the other things that I've done were min-maxy, but normally I would say that I'm not a huge fan of a wall of crates. I guess I'll have the paintings in the way, but I think ultimately with this room at some point I'll build something sort of more creative. I really have an interesting idea for it, but I don't know how practical it is. I'm considering with all the different items that I have in here, if there is a particular thing that I can build here that would look really cool, but you know, there's only so much variety of items, and that's where you have to get creative. So we'll get there. But for now, I'm happy with just this to get the room up to snuff. Wait, is that the right amount of sign? No, there's one more sign I'm gonna need in here. Hold on. Get it up to snuff. You have a tunnel of plants. Have you seen the other tunnel? I've got two tunnels, in fact. One of art and one of plants. And so the tunnel of plants, I'm really proud of this one. It's actually it was unbelievably challenging to build, but like comparatively, this took maybe 6 hours. I would say it could have taken. I could probably, if I had to rebuild it, know exactly what to do, maybe I could do it in a couple. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. If I had enough scrap and I was just doing it piece by piece by piece and super focused on it, maybe it wouldn't even take me that long. But it took me a long time to get it all in situated because it's extremely fragile. I mean, look at these upside down tables. If you've never tried placing a table upside down, you should give it a try and try putting it on top of a series of plants and just see if you can do it, because you won't be able to. You're gonna have to build yourself an infrastructure around it to make it even work, and that's just the start. And you have to place tables on top of tables, which is itself fairly challenging. Anyway, and then everything else is on top of that, which is obviously very unstable. But we have also this, which was my first one before my second one came around. I haven't figured out how to get anything upside down. All right, well, hold on. Well, you've come to exactly the right place because I'm an upside down expert at this point. Let me make your mind be a little blown. Not this one though. That'd be a bit big. Let's do this one. So the tables, to get them upside down, so you can't rotate like so. Doesn't work. Sama, nice to have you around. How you doing, Sama? Love to have you. Swing this in, but look at this. Hit wall, lift up, clack, raise up, bang, upside down. That's one way. If you want to have things flat, it's easier, but an upside down thing specifically is going to require a little finagling. But this would be your way of doing that. Now, you will note that as you try to mess with it, that this table is actually not just setting upside down when I'm like this. It's not just setting upside down, because as soon as I lift it up, it does not want to be right side up. So instead of holding it while it's upside down, which requires it to constantly want to ramp up, you release it. You grab something like this, and you push. See that? Much safer. Even then, though, you can't push this and let it land on top of plants. That would just knock it all over. So you're going to have to do a bit more to make something like this happen. But it's a path. That's so clever. Thank you very much. I came with that on the fly. Let's see, 2 days ago while I was streaming, and I was like, oh, it works. It was crazy. Anyway, it was awesome. It was an awesome experience. But upside down is very possible like that, but it's very challenging. Much easier to do something like this if you have something you want to lay flat. You can't rotate forward, but you can clack, push, and do that. Again, constant pressure is there. It wants to fling up. Less pressure, certainly, but constant pressure. And so you have to be mindful of that. And so my first build required me to figure out and be very cautious with pressing things down that are trying to fling everything and push everything around them and under them. And my second build, though, required upside down, which is, I would say, a great deal more pressure to get things properly in place. All right, I think I actually could do the first build a lot better now if I were to redo it after having done the second build, just because of how much harder it was. But let's head back into here. So we have our final crate completed. Yes. Do you think the devs would add that axie? Feels like a no-brainer. I'm kind of unsure if it would be a good idea or not in terms of player creativity, because the requirements to make things in this way right now are high, and I think that it adds this challenge. It has this challenge that I do think is really fascinating. Where if you remove that and allow full movement, I guess it might enable a lot more creativity in other ways, though. So I don't know. Maybe they would. I would be open to it either way. I think if they do add it, that this would become a little bit less impressive, but would still be a pretty impractical, insane creation. But it would be less crazy to make by a lot because that flipping upside down is really finicky to get right. But it would still be challenging because even after that, these are just setting here with gravity and hopes and dreams all holding it together. It's not like there's something sticking them together, so it'd still be hard. But I do like the idea that anyone that makes something like this right now, the amount of challenge to it is so high, because then I see it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what that is. That's not just a table you sat there that you just flip upside down and sat there. You had to flip it upside down in this ridiculous way to even do that. So that, yeah, it does require a lot of creativity. But it doesn't matter. They could change that and remove and switch it to being rotation, because you could rotate it in that kind of angle. Then maybe you could build things in even weirder angles. Like imagine you build something that is at a tilt at that point, that is setting at an angle in another way, because I couldn't do that right now, not very easily. I could, well, save that thought for later. But it would be much more possible with that. But I suppose it already is possible, potentially. Let me see. So we have all this onto here. We have all this here. And then my thought was to do small paintings above and... Oh, but then I kind of want... Is there some way here? Let's say I do like this. So my thought was that we could do some arrangement sort of like this, but with... But now I'm kind of seeing this other idea now, actually, which is to do... Oh, wait a second. Some type of alternation. Hold on. Small painting. Let's say here. Oh, this is greedy, huh? Yeah. How many small... Is it 2? Hold on. Maybe 2. Oh, and then we alternate. Does this make sense?
An excellent addition.
What crazy levels have you reached now? Does this make sense? I think this might make sense, because it would apply the effect of the small paintings to what's behind in both, like each one applies to those behind, so that things are less likely to be sort of missed out on, and then the big painting on top in the front. I think this makes sense, although what the order to do it in is maybe tougher. So would it be the back is all small paintings with the top? Yeah, I think it would have to be. Okay. I think I see it. Hold on. You go over here for a sec. So I think it would have to be like this. Hopefully 3 large paintings will fit. That would be nice. Okay. And so then we would have these small paintings on top like so. How exactly might this work? Or do I need to do another set of cogs behind and a bin? Oh no. Are you not all the way in? Or what? Why is this further back? How is this further back than those? Or is there just always a gap? No, this is... You need to be a little bit to the left. There we go. That's much better. Okay. What crazy levels are you at now? You could block the paintings on the wall by shoving one of them up against the corner. Hey, Rob. How's it going? Original? I appreciate you being around here, K-Rob. Just call me Gork. What setup have you found that's worth the most points? The crates? So the thing that I've done that I thought was worth the most points, I don't know if it is worth the most exactly. It's a feat of artistic, power, along with having a lot of point value, which is this. But because you remove the crates and then you have one less layer of things, crates don't enhance them; they just stabilize them. Why didn't you stabilize them? Imagine that. So you take that out of the picture and you have something like this, but there is more that could be done here. This is also artistic, so you have the tunnel between intentionally. So if you really wanted to maximize this, I think you'd have a series of large paintings in between. Hallway stuff, yeah. This was my first wonder. It's impressive, but it's not the hardest thing in the world to make. Although the hardest part of it is certainly the things being flat on top. That is not really the game, something the game provides. So it's a lot of letting things fall in places and a lot of pressing things into things that you really don't want to move, and so that extra pressure makes it dangerous. So yeah, this was challenging, but it is nowhere near as absurd as this. I mean, this is properly insane. This was wild. but yeah, in terms of crazy levels of things, yeah, and in terms of value, I would say the upstairs there is the more valuable thing. This was interesting and extremely challenging, but it doesn't give as much experience as just locking in with alternations of paintings and cogs and signs and large paintings and lights. I mean, but lights, you can only place so many in a certain area. So when you're setting off an explosive in there, yeah, it would be the end of the world. A little bit of the end of the world. But all right, let me see here. So I want to place down another big painting. All right. Let's go ahead and set you in place here. Ooh. I hadn't thought about this. Right. This makes sense. And that's why these are so far apart, is because there's no... Okay, I see. Yeah. I really am pretty proud of how this had all turned. Well, okay, I like how it all turned out, so I will replace it after because I am proud of this in general. I don't want to remove this. Part of the whole point of making things sort of interesting but also very dense is so that I can keep the things that I care about. So I don't want to lose those things, but move you over here. What's behind me? Oh, this. All right. So I will try to scoot these out of the way first. Let me see here. So leveling doesn't ever stop. There are rooms where it does, rooms where it doesn't. So there's the crit room upstairs caps out at 100, although you can level it up further. The shop and the downstairs room, though, each have caps. Like I think the shop's cap is 10, and that downstairs room is 5, and the cosmetic room is 3. So there are some level caps, but there are other rooms where it just never ends. The reason why I'm so focused on this particular room is because I want to get a bunch more health to make my next major feat, which is the outside area, make more sense, make it more likely to work out my way. So I'm going to be doing a bit more min-maxing than I normally would do for that purpose. Oh, which does mean, all right, I see. This is going to be a bit tough, but it is what it is. We'll replace it. What I want to do here is place a carpet down. I'm not going to be able to do that with these things in the way. One more carpet here. Yeah, it should just be one. I should just only really need one. All right, bring you back. And then, is this all the way? Buy an umbrella in the shop and explore. Yeah. I do have 3 umbrellas, but that is not enough for what I'm focused on doing. But I appreciate that very much, K-Rob. It is good to have. Okay, you might be a problem. But I'm going to need utilities, furniture. I'm going to be mindful of where they walk, because I don't want them to destroy my stuff, because they will walk through it if it's not placed just right. Okay. These paintings I'm not that tied to, but I suppose I'll try to move them out of the way, and we'll just have this. And inevitably, I'll also put them in my spaces here. I'm sure it is because you would run into dev walls soon. Dev walls. Let's see. Explore. Because sure it is. Run into dev walls. What do you mean dev walls? Are there limitations on the amount of things I can place potentially? That would be concerning. I'm hoping there aren't. Because some of these builds that I have are crazy. Imagine one of my plants. Imagine they remove one plant from my amazing thing when I place one other thing. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. So I thought you were saying that there were like maybe item limits, and I was going to say that would be a problem for me. That would spoil my mood a little bit. Let me see. Is this maybe I need to get this out of the way? How well can I place this? I want it to be pretty butted up against. That's pretty good in terms of lining up. Little more, little more. Okay. Oh, it's because it's at an angle. All right, hold on. I was going to say that. That doesn't seem that good. All right. So I need their angle to be exactly lined up with the wall, pretty much. Let me see. Hard to tell, hard to tell. Go like this? Come on, bro, come on. Okay, that seems pretty close. Oh yeah, that's much better. That's much better. Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. Because I need that there so that I can do this. Can you not just move that once you place it? No, no, no. The carpets can't be moved, or the rugs can't be moved once placed. They are not grabbable. I mean, if they were grabbable, that would transform my ability to do some serious nonsense in the game. But no. It's a good question though. Call me Gork. Appreciate you, Gork. Let me see. Did I miss any messages? My house looks something like this too, and is maxed out space and everything. Did you find everything, or do you miss something? My house looks something like this too. I'm maxed out of space and everything. Find everything, or did you miss something? How do you mean exactly? Leveling up doesn't ever stop. Fill the slop cave. True. Could do. Not start getting negative points when placing that many paintings next to each other. No. So lights give you negative points, but paintings do not. Block the painting on the wall, but it's a good question. Let me see here. All right, I all right. Just, I want to make sure. I think I missed a couple messages. I want to make sure. But let's see. So place this into here, and then rotate around, and move you into spots. Perfect. Yeah, it's fine to have most things next to each other, though there are some things, particularly lights. It might only be lights, honestly, that give you debuffs for close placement. With these things, you're just not getting any buffs unless they're close enough to something that can give them a buff, like a painting or a painting, a light, a sign, anything like that. And so that's why I'm placing all these down, and then I'm placing all the signs in front of them, which I honestly probably don't need the crate for, but perhaps it's useful. Like, the crate should keep it a little more stable, but just signs in there might be kind of more interesting to me. And it would take up less space. The crate isn't worth very much. I'm not really sold on this whole crate idea. I don't really see the point. Because couldn't you just have it... Couldn't you just, you know, have it hang on by a thread like everything else I do? Could you just, you know, like... I played it so much, I got the golden hammer and explored everything I can, I guess. I mean, so playing it so much, so golden hammer is kind of the start of the end game, I suppose. But yeah, there's a bunch of things you can do after you play it that much. Although, like what level have you got down to? If you've gotten down to like level 50 or something, then yeah, you probably are very much in the end game, and then anything you're doing is going to be for like creative purposes. But I wouldn't consider the end game to be getting the golden. I would consider the end game, like, the golden hammer is kind of the start of it, but there's still a lot more to go after. Like you have to fight the second style of boss still, and you still have all kinds of expressive things you can do in the base, and you still have the amount of layers you can get to in terms of high score. Like, there's a few things there that I don't really know if I would consider that to be the end. I think the crates rail count as a surface 2, and you can attach things to it. Really? No, I don't think so. It's a good point though, Zephyros. It would be good, but I don't believe so. Yeah, I'm kind of... I suppose maybe you could set them on top of it, but there's just nothing that... I don't know if there's anything I can think of that could fit in between. Let me see. I think what I might do... it would take so long. It would take so long. But I really don't like the crate idea. It just doesn't make sense to me. Got some new boss elite fights, and it was so easy. Yeah. Because you should be. With those, you should be really strong. But then if you go down to the deeper layers, I think... Well, depending on how upgraded you are, you know? Let me see. This is... Well, should I do it? Should I do it? Because I should try to focus. I should just take my health and go. But like these, I'm not sold on the crates. But maybe there's somewhere else. There's somewhere else that I'll get to where I'll do it in a different way. I'm not super sold on the crates. But I'll keep them for now. It's okay. It's okay. I'll have one variety of these boring old crates. All right. I'll put these into position. So stable though, I will say it is very stable, which is nice. Because normally what I would do here is I would just build the signs between without anything attaching them, and that would be okay, but it would be a lot less stable, to be fair. Okay, there we go. Then right. I want to do this next. Every room at level 45 plus this game is just so much fun. Yeah, it is so fun. Let me see here. But I would try to go for... So, K-Rob, you've seen the other things that I'm building, right? Have you seen... So, there's a lot more that I want to do in terms of outside. I've gone to all the places, but that's not the end of outside for me. There's a lot more to see. There's 2 things outside that I'm going to really do today, especially. Let me see. But I don't really know if a lot of people are doing, but... Oh, you... Oh... I need you to... Maybe... Okay, here's what I do. Yeah, I do like this. There we go. It was just not wanting to... Okay, and this flattens against there. Much better. And then I'm gonna need these. Maybe I shouldn't have flattened it yet, actually. Alright, we're gonna have this 3 high. The painting's in front. Okay. Oh my gosh. All good. Yeah, I had to fix it up. I had to put a new carpet down, so it kind of put it out of whack, but that's alright. Love you being yellow, but it's okay. I think inevitably I bury it anyway, potentially. Place this in. Place this in. There you go. We're outside a lot, and that's what I mean. Did you find it? Yeah. I've got it. Yeah. That's all good. Although I might do more outside, to be honest. There might be something that I haven't found yet, but I will find it in the process of this. I got 3 umbrellas, and I'm gonna have probably an insane amount of health. I can check around outside more, but the bigger thing I want to do outside is related to building outside. And there's a second other thing which I think is I'll leave as a surprise for now. But jump scare, jump scare. All right, I want you to be in position. Why are you doing that, bro? Why are you doing that? All right, you push it all the way to the back. All right. Okay, it's fine. Why are you doing that, bro? Why are you doing that? Okay. Well, it's because of this bar behind them. Once I have the first layer down, it'll be fine, but they're really not... There you go. Not wanting to sit in my spot, bro. Yo, appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. Why am I not seeing it in here? It should be in here too, but I appreciate that follow there. It's blue cheese. Should be seen in here. Let me refresh my other page. But yeah, thanks so much. It means a lot. It means the world, and it goes so far. Let me scoot us back here. Oh, show up on my other monitor. All right, place. Please. Yo, K-Rob, thanks. Jeez, yeah, it goes a long way. I really appreciate it. There we go. All right, it was really kind of fighting me on it for whatever reason. Let me... Okay, let's go here. Minimize that. Resume. There we go. All right. Yeah, you might get a kick out of it. If you haven't seen already, I'll show one soon. I'll show it soon, but like the process of building this was so insane. You might get a kick out of seeing some of the... I set a highlight on my channel, actually, of it if you want to see it now, but I'll also show it later of some of the failed attempts of how close it could get. But I'm happy with how it turned out. I do think... Well, let me see then. If I do one more big painting... Decor? Yeah. One more big painting in front, like on this part. Yeah, this might be fine. We'll let it extend past a little bit here, so it sort of hides these. Let me see. A little better. Huh. It's not... Oh, it's not uniform because... Why is it not uniform? This part's uniform. But... Is this part uniform? No. Because... What exactly is making you not uniform? I don't know. I don't know. Weird. Have a good one. Thanks so much, K-Rob. I really appreciate it. Gotta sleep. I'm coming back soon. All right. Well, sounds great. Yeah, sounds great. Have a good rest. I want it to be uniform. The stack of boxes in the middle is just a little canted. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. You think if I do that? This is right. This is fine. This is fine. This is not. Which makes this not. So pull you up. Oh, wait. Pulling it off and putting it back on might fix it. It might have actually been the painting that was lifting it up a little bit. That might have helped a little, but... Alright, let me lower this down. Why? Maybe this? No. Okay, bro. Why are you not matching? You all are... Okay, maybe I have to push... Let me push them all back. Yeah, push them all back. Oh, yeah, push them all back. Okay. Back and sideways. And then move you out of the way. Okay. So push you all the way back. That fixes it, right? Okay, maybe that's better. That's much better. Now fix it. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, have to have it be done right from the start, or else it's going to be all the way off from the whole way. Now we can push you back into it. Yes, that's good. Push you back into... Okay, I just have to pay attention to that. As long as I pay attention to that, it won't be off the mark anymore. And then this one, should be fine. Okay, rotate. And like just like that. Now it's perfect. Crisis averted. Good sleep here too. Appreciate you very much, Sama. Thanks very much for popping by. Sleep well. Oh, bro. What can I do to make this stay? Oh, that is like kind of back up there though. That's a little weird. I guess it's okay if it's a little back. So what exactly is causing it to be a little back then? Maybe small paintings have a smaller lip as well, so they get to sit a little bit further back. This one actually, or no, maybe this lower painting I should get kind of messed up. There we go. Ah, there we go. Okay, it did. Got messed up. All right, we fixed it. Now you here. Ha, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. And one more here, and then can I do even another one after, or not really? I wish that it could. Wish they were half. I guess it makes sense they're not going to be half, but maybe a third. Maybe they're a third as wide, or 2/3, I should say. So if I had a fourth, no, not a fourth. Wait, no, maybe it will fit here. Wait, hold on, might fit here. Might actually fit, and I've got a lot of paintings here, so that'd be perfect if it does. Oh, it'd be so good if this fits. It's a little over. A little over, but it's a little over and a little bit jank because it's over. It's not terrible, but yeah, it is a little bit over.
Every good builder.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Well, we can put 4 on the ground now. 4 on the ground. That should help me get rid of some of these paintings that are below as well. All right, let's see how sensitive this will be. So I need you to go there. Oh, carefully. Yeah, take all these. And then here. How's my health modifier doing? Plus 165. It's not bad. And then here. I can't help myself. I must build. I'm a builder. What can I say? Oh. Okay, perfect. And then one more. And I could even try... No, I was going to say I could try from this side, but it's all right. I do want it to be pretty much all the way back against the painting, though. So let me do this. And this. Trying to build a solid cube of XP. Not just that. I'm trying to build something in a way that is unique against what other people are going to be doing, but that is still efficient. So, Zoemi, I appreciate you popping in. Or maybe you've already been here. I don't know. You might have been around before, but like my idea is that like this was interesting. It's unique, it's different, but it's also well constructed, gives a lot of XP. And then this was even more insane and wacky, less XP efficient, but still very unique and pretty, and I kind of like the conclusion of it. This, I'm a little bit more open to it being ugly if it needs to be, just because my main focus is on getting enough HP to go and build something cool outside. But I think that it would be nice if it at least looks like because of that, if I'm okay with being a little uglier, then let's try doing something that might not end up looking good, but that is very different and weird and still gives good XP. So this is very much an experiment. Let's see how this is going to handle. I do think, though, it will give a lot of XP still, yeah. Oh, placing the paintings on top here when I can't see the bottom of the painting is tough. Can I... Let's grab the painting lower. I'll have to grab it lower. Oh, really much lower, really much lower. I saw it looks like a... Yeah, like a... Yeah, that's true. You might have it right there. Okay, if I... Is there some way that I can see... I need to be able to see the paintings underneath while I place these for this concept to work. Or I could look at it from above, potentially. Can I get a... Maybe a bar stool? Let's try that. Let's try a bar stool. Alright. So let's say I hop up here. I grab this. Oh, let's grab it from lower, though, as well. Let's be safe. No, okay. Grabbing from higher seems like I can see better, almost. No, maybe not. I think if I'm looking at it like... Oh, okay. This angle is the only one that works. So, like this. Oh, don't fall off the bar stool. I'm a little concerned now. Because normally I like to make adjustments by scrolling and then by moving back and forth, because this movement is much more fine than this movement. But it's a little hard to do here because I'll have to put a table or something under me instead. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful though. They just don't make them like this anymore. They just don't make boxes of paintings and signs and art and cogs like this anymore, you know? They used to make it like this. Alright, place. Playing with friends, but if you level everything is as much as this, doesn't the game become trivial? Well, I've already, like, effectively beaten the game in terms of most of the challenge. The point of the game now is for me to do things that are, like it's like end game. So, like, if you play an RPG, for example, if you play an RPG, what do you do? Like at some point, if you level your character up too much, doesn't become trivial. It's like, yeah, it's sandbox now. I would say to some extent, although I've never gotten past the deepest floor I got to was in the 20s. I think I can get much deeper now potentially, but I think placing things like this, like if I just wanted to go for it to be trivial, I would place them. I would do everything like I did upstairs. I think this first thing actually was pretty practical for it, or something similar to this, where you just get unbelievable amounts of XP. But it is a little bit high in terms of space. I would do it like this, and then I would stack things on top, and I would never lay anything flat ever if I was just purely going for XP. Earthquake update 1. Appreciate the water miner there, Virtuous. But yeah, if I was just going pure XP, I would do it like this, and then I wouldn't place these flat. Instead, I would place probably large paintings and like across and signs across in a way that is all one massive, huge block here. But then again, I guess this room isn't the important one for that. I'd probably do it in this room, for example, because there's no end to the amount it can boost you. But right now, my focus is on gaining health, because although it is sort of sandboxy, if I gain enough health, I will be able to go out there and do some crazy stuff out there. So sandbox meets, like, I want to build something impressive or cool out there. It's even if you have 1,000 health, you will still burn and burn and burn and burn while you're outside, I think. Although I haven't tested it out much, and I don't know that many people or anyone has. I'm not sure yet if there's been builds that have been done outside, just because the sun is such a danger. So I'm trying to get there, you know, be the guy for that a little bit right now. Although there's a lot of things to do still in the end game, I suppose, outside of just that, but that is one that I would like to do. So now I've made a bit more stable position for myself so that I can scooch forward here when I want to. I think I'd like to have grabbed this from a little bit different of a spot. All right, can you scoot out of my way? Let's place this here a sec, then move forward and grab it at a lower spot like this. Does this work? Not really. It's so hard to see where I'm placing. Maybe. Okay, you know, this might work. Yeah, large paintings for this operation are a little bit more finicky than the small paintings were. But it could work. Ooh. Okay. This. Maybe it's further than I'm thinking. It looks to me like I'm about to place it on, but there's nothing there. So let's back up, one forward, then walk forward. Oh, it's tricky. Bro. It's not. It looks like it's gonna be there again. Okay, my ability to sense distance is apparently off. Okay, surely. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Wait, this is going to teach me how to sense distance better because I've zoomed through so much. It's still not there. Wait, that might be it? Okay. Yes. Isn't that crazy? Okay, top left. Oh, look at top left. Yeah, I'm looking at the bottom left. You're so right. Maybe, yeah, it's great advice. Let me go like this. Rotate around like that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, good point. Good point, Gork. Appreciate that a lot. Let me see. Is max level 25 for rooms? No. Max level is... There's some rooms that have it. The shop has 10, I think. The downstairs has 5, and the cosmetic has 3. But many rooms, I think, have no max. Unless maybe there is. But not 25. But if it were like 125, I haven't gotten there. But I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you can go to the ends of the earth for the most part. Oh yeah, look at the top left corner. That's so smart. Oh. Say and then immediately bump it. Alright. Okay. So now I do my micro adjustments. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Alternating top and bottom is probably the dumbest thing I could possibly do. But the idea is that the small paintings are hitting these and the big paintings hitting these. The small paintings hitting these and the big paintings hitting these. Where if it was all small paintings down here, all big paintings up here, then the small paintings wouldn't reach the big paintings up here. Or big... It wouldn't reach the signs up here from that distance. And they wouldn't reach the stuff behind. If you test your precision room by getting it to 100, you're already 90-something. Yeah, maybe I could, but the precision room... Well, in terms of the cap, I could test that. But the precision room is already at over 100% crit chance, so there's not really a reason. Like I have over 100% with plus 96%, so... But yeah, max crit is 100%. I think so, yeah. Well, because right now I've got 106% total, and I've never gotten a super crit or anything, so I'm not thinking that... And I spent 12 hours yesterday going around shooting things and whatnot, so I don't think that I can get any higher than 100%. But I will build more in there at some point. I might as well get as high of an amount as possible, because that room is massive. It might be kind of neat to do, even though it won't benefit me, stats-wise. Let's see. Okay. Oh, right. I have to... Let me put you... I'll put you close to it here, maybe? And then up. Okay. Now, this... Okay, this part's really easy. Yeah, the alternation is good, but this part is much easier than the other way. So we do this. Get lined up with the bottom of the paintings. Like that. And then we do one more time here. Rotation angle on this. Rotate back again. Rotate again. All right. Shifting where my hand position is a little bit, which is always something to be careful of. Oh, crazy how far down that is. Doesn't look like it'd be that far down. Maybe you should crouch when I'm doing this. There. Then one more. All right, let's see. Ooh. All right. Ooh. All right, good. One more layer after this, and then on the top. So at this point, I would have... Is that the max distance I can move it forward? Okay. At this point, I would have... And then crouch. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful. Big paintings, small paintings, signs, cogwheels. I could place lamps on the top, but lights can only impact it so much. So I guess it's good. I could place some of those. All right, one more layer after this. I have to put the top part on real fast. And then the much harder thing, which would be putting the other orientation in, because it's just so hard to see the large paintings when you place them on top of things like this. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, right. It's fine. So you see not enough scrap there, but don't even worry about it because... my goodness. My goodness, do I have so many artifacts. I also have a bin full of these purple balls downstairs. Maybe I'll bring my bin up. Let me see. Full inventory? True. Wait, you're making such a good point. Let me throw this out. Yeah, I'll throw the umbrellas in here. My saw. Oh, don't mess with anything, please. Just... might need to get my sniper rifle and just take them out. I don't want to deal with that. Alright. Nice. Okay. 400 something. I might, because I'm gonna have to do this a few times, I might audio game volume. It's 42. We'll put it to 25 for a sec. There we go. That's not too bad. All right. I want to see if I'm close to getting the scrap from wood. Yeah. If you can get there, that'd be good. The total amount of constructs, I think it's probably. Well, let's see. If in all, we have 1 by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 35 plus 3, so 38. So yeah, 38 constructs in total, including, you know, including the special ones. So let me see, scrap from ball. See if I'm getting close to scrap from. Yeah, from the ball. Yeah. Guess what max crit is? Let me see. All right, let me do this. That's so much. It's so silly. Grab, place. Okay, roll it. Yeah, that might be enough for the time being. 3,000. It's so crazy though. It's so crazy to have so many. Okay, 3,600. 4,000. The only reason I have so many artifacts and not so much scrap on me that it doesn't even matter to do this is because I traded all of the scrap I was making for gold while I was down there to get to the 10k gold last time. And so I have just an obscene amount of artifacts, but not the scrap that I would normally get as well from it. Instead, that it became gold. I just got the last 3-1 before the 3 robots. I think I'll get scrap now. Nice. Okay, yeah, you should be very close then. Or maybe you're already there even. Place this in. We're sitting at 106, but we've got there's a 6,000 something. That should be enough for me to do the rest of this project real fast. Ooh. Yo, chill. Chill. Place. Up. I need right, small paintings. I actually already have some small paintings. Let's just put these on manually then from here. And then we need to put the small paintings on the ground. Okay, we've got then one here. Whoa, one more after this. Knock it all over just like that. It would be that easy though, huh? Be quite easy. Then, yeah. Oh, here. There we go. Good. And then just 3 big, I need 5 small paintings on the ground and then 3 big paintings up there. All right, good. Place that there. So what that's going to mean is rotate this along. Gosh, this idea is so absurd. People won't even be able to see it really from the front. I do like spectacle sometimes over form. So it's a bit weird to place it like this, but I guess I can look at it from the side and kind of tell you about it. It's sort of interesting. But we should be able to get a really good amount of stats from this. Okay. Ooh, crouch. There we go. Place. 1. Gosh. Yeah, because each one of these is going to get boosted from the signs, from the big paintings, and from the cogs. I wonder if it still is from all the way over here, actually. So there's cogs, here's cogs. Yeah, it should be through. Yeah, it should be. Should be just fine. To get all that boost. Let's see here. And it is a little flashy, at least in terms of building it. Once it's together, I wonder how flashy it'll be, but if I leave this part out, it might be somewhat flashy still. There's our 5, and then we just need 3 on top. Like this. We don't need that anymore. And grab it lower. Nice. Come on. And you just stay grabbing it lower, because if you grab it from the middle, won't be able to see as well, but I guess it's alright. You can do like this and still see. There we go. Rotation, move in. Rotation a little more, move in. Rotation back a little more. Is that right? Yes. Okay, there's one. Rotation. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I can actually see pretty well from up here. Crouched on top of 2 tables to see when placing large paintings. Okay. Interesting. That's still good. And then one more large painting. Rotation. So we just got the last 3 rows. Yeah. Got that. Let's place you over here. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, is this a little bit off? Just a little bit. we go. Okay, all right, there you have it. So that's... It's weird, though. This is sticking out just a little bit, but I think pushing this in would cause them all to topple. But what I could do is I could place down boxes in front real fast to do the adjustment. So I could do like this.
Remarkable craftsman.
And then like this. And then one like this.
History is built one piece
Okay.
at a time.
And then if I place... Yeah, and then if I place them all the way down, I can push it all in. That's spooky. I'm just going to take you guys out of here. All right, you can just go here. You take it there. All right, now crates. Utilities, no furniture. Crate. Let's just stabilize it a little bit for now, for a second. And I can take this off at the end, but I want to try to have it be as uniform as I can make it. I'm also thinking possibly, because there's open space here, that I could have crates or something in front here that could boost. I don't know what yet. What would really go well with this? I probably have more signs than anything else, so maybe large paintings across here, or a large painting with some small paintings on top of it, potentially. We'll see. So then this. One on top. One on top. And then move this forward. Okay. Then one more set here. Okay. Gotta stabilize before I can press in. Oh gosh. Are those top paintings too high? No, we're fine, I can press in like this, that's fine. Press forward, good. Then press this in a bit, press this in a bit. Nice. Okay. Alright. That's gonna be much more stable. This in. Ooh. Why does the top here press so much more? Oh, because, okay, the middle does need to press more. Okay. Good. And then forward. Why not? Okay, there we go. That's better. Then in. Perfect. If we stacked barrels, it'll help give more depth to the room instead of squares. You have a rounded side. I am thinking about rounded thing for this, for the game in general. It is on my mind, but I'm not sure if it would work here. Oh, you know what this is? It's getting caught on the carpet. I was like, what in the heck is going on? So let me scoot this off for a sec. And then pick you up so that you are... I see. You're on the carpet. Good. Then place you on top. Then I can crunch everything in. Okay. One more crunch the side in, and then maybe at that point... Good. Alright, then... let's say large box, like this. And then press. Okay, I like it. Then we do press. Good. Alright. Everything into place. Nice. Okay. This should be fairly tight in where it needs to be. Good. All right. Now pull it off. Oh wait, is it perfect? Oh my gosh. Do small paintings fit this way? How did? Oh, wait a second. Do small paintings are 4 small paintings or 5 as just as big as 3 big paintings? Is it exactly right? Or no, they hang over this side, but it works. Okay, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. All right, back us up. Let me even then try to make sure all the way in. You all the way in. Okay. All right, that's as much as it can go. Now I can take these off. Oh, hopefully it doesn't topple when I take everything off, because I did press it all in, which means there's less room for error than before. But let's place these over here. We have our stabilizing boxes out of the way. Yeah, barrels, maybe barrels. Although I think... we'll see. The barrels is tough, though, because they are fully rounded. Like, if I could create rounded edges I have some theories that maybe you could create rounded edges by having a series of things that are flat in an angle, in an arc, sort of. But barrels themselves, that rounded edge is less controllable, so I can't choose the arc that I have it on. And I can't put the two of them together, like next to each other, and have the rounded edge continue, because it would be more like a bump, like a set of lumps, which might be interesting looking in somewhere, but I don't know. It's not what I was envisioning, but maybe I can do a barrel situation somewhere. All right, so we have that all off. They are sitting very, very nicely right now. Then I don't love this top painting. I guess yeah, it is just the small paintings that will always be sticking out a little bit. Except that this one doesn't. I don't know why this one doesn't. Why doesn't? Let me see. Okay. I think that the reason that this sticks out and this sticks out and this sticks out, but this doesn't stick out, is because it was able to get further into the window here, but those ones are failing to, which is a little weird. I kind of hope they change the level up system, but to leveling up the items themselves so we don't have to maximalize. I don't. Because look at this. So it incentivizes creativity and expression, and I think that like this is the coolest thing that I've done in the game by a wide margin, and I also don't think anyone else has done anything like this in the game yet. Maybe anyway. Like people have done things that are cool. Like so let me show you this as an example. I'd love to see some more builds. You know, I know there's some cool builds that exist, but like this was really challenging to put together. It's a little bit finicky looking, but it's cool. But like this is so you certainly can if you want. Like do things like this, that putting the signs into the barrels or whatever, which I'm learning to do because people are kind of showing me that or whatever. It is cool, but visually it's just a little bit less impressive to me. This game is 50% repo, 50% how to be an efficient hoarder. Yeah. Well, I think I'm a big fan of this game. I was talking to my brother earlier today and kind of explaining how it works and why I'm enjoying it. And I was talking about how, for me personally, repo of the extraction hoarders outside of this one was my favorite. Lethal Company and okay, I might have to grab my sniper. Lethal Company and Headliners both have the same problem, but Lethal Company was before everything else, so I understand why it has its problem. I don't really totally know why Headliners didn't recognize the issue, but there's an issue with extraction looters if you add in the ability to die in a way that has like no control at all. So like Headliners as an example has the ability where I go into a building and there's a mine that's on the entry of the building, and then I blow up and then my game's over. And it is kind of funny when other people come in and they're like, oh, that's like what happened here. I wonder, like there's a second of humor there, but then after that, it's just kind of like waiting for me to be able to play the video game again, which is rough. And Lethal Company also has that, but it came earlier. And so I can kind of give it the pass there. But like this game, having so much of a skill focus while down there is cool. The combat in this game is super cool. So I would say like the combat's a big thing. But for me, like the combat adds a lot to it. The building adds a lot to it. But you're right though. Yeah, it is big on being a hoarder but at the same time, like a lot of rooms you don't have to have as much in. So like in the upstairs area here, you've got a maximum crit chance of 100%. So outside of just getting that, you can do a lot of like kind of making things look pretty. I think for me, at the end of the day, no matter what I do, I don't want it to end up looking like I feel like I get sent so many bases, or I see so many bases where it's just like this, but everywhere, and that's all. And I'm like, that's fine, but like for me personally, I really want to do something kind of unique, and so I think that like this is fine. I don't know. I'm working on it with this. Mostly for this, I just want the HP so I can do something cool outside. But yeah, like my magnum opus is it's wonderful. It's so good. But yeah, I do see that though. Yeah, repo is. I don't know. It's hard for me because like when I compare this game to other extraction looters, I just don't see the. It's hard for me to see the like. I feel like there's a lot more that extraction looters can do that I think will be done, especially seeing this game. It's such a massive improvement to the genre that I'm excited to see what else comes out over time. But also I'm excited to see this game continue to develop because it is still early. But yeah, that's kind of my perspective on it. I do wonder, like, I guess in terms of multiplayer, maybe the other extraction looters, that's more what they're for. But for solo, at least, this is, like, the improvement on the genre for solo with this game is so huge. But, okay, so I've got a series of paintings. I've got alternating big painting, small painting with small painting, big painting. I've got this here, and then I'm going to want to put something here. But what exactly would give me the most boost or benefits? I think big paintings would make sense. But I wonder if they would fit properly. I don't think so. I think there's probably not a way to make them fit quite right here. Small paintings also wouldn't be good. Cogwheels might work, especially... Wait, rotate on their sides? Let me check that. Because I don't know... I'm kind of doubtful. Oh, rotate on their sides, though, is tough here. So it would have to... Okay, let me see if I can. Oh my gosh, this is... Okay. It wants to pick itself up. If I press forward, it's going to go towards being flat. Okay. Chill. Okay. This is... Oh, this is tight. This is tight. This is tight. This is tight. Don't fall forward. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. We got it, we got it, we got it. Oh, dude, it does. It'll work, I think. Okay, It's gonna wanna... Alright, drop it for a second. So here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the boxes back in front of the paintings because these paintings are gonna fall if I don't. Like, this is dangerous territory right now. And so we're gonna put the boxes in front of the paintings, and then we're gonna put the cogwheels in their orientation. Okay, place. Yeah, this'll work. This'll work. This'll work. We'll have sideways cogwheels. All right. That's kind of cool. You know what? That's kind of cool. Although, how am I gonna get the sideways cogwheels to fit? Wait. Oh yeah. Where's the guy? Hold on. Can't deal with you right now, bro. All right, but how am I gonna get the sideways cogwheels to go on top of each other? So I can definitely have them placed like this, but I might have to find a way for the cogwheels to fall onto each other. A confused violin, a bunch of question marks, the absolute perfect message to send. My goodness, you are a confused violin. I need that like the sad violin sound. Let's go ahead and place this here. But yeah, yeah. So. Have you played this game yet? Have you played this game before? I'm curious. I'm doing a lot of weird stuff right here. Destroying them is maybe a weird one. Yes, yes. So destroying them, I think... So the reason I shot them was because they might walk through here, and I really don't want them to do that because this is fragile work I do. And, I cannot have it. Oh. Let me see, place this in here. But I've been doing a lot of wacky stuff in the game lately. Yesterday was getting 10,000 gold, which was definitely... Oh my gosh, it took me actually 12 hours. I kind of can't believe that it took that long, but you know, I'm glad that I persevered and managed to make it happen because there were points where I was like, is this going to work? Like I'm at let's say 5,000 and it's like 7+ hours in, and I'm like, okay, this is supposed to take 6 hours to get 10k. I don't understand. Like, how did this go so wrong? And so there was a part of me that was like, maybe this is going to happen. It's like, no, I just have to stick with it no matter what. And by the time I finished, it was, what, 2 a.m.? I started at 2 p.m. and ended at 2 a.m. And so it definitely, you know, it pushed me a little bit, but I was able to get the 10k. Just got 1,200 gold in one double gold run, man. Yeah, I'm so jealous. I didn't, for 10 of the hours, I didn't get a single double gold run. A single one. I was getting 1,200. So I was breaking down everything on the map to manage to get over 1,000 gold per run with no double golds, but I just never got double golds. So that's the reason. It's so crazy if you don't. It's so crazy if you don't get double gold. Because like you would have got 600 at that point, and then you have to win. Like, so every time that you go in as well, I was initially using snipers. I stopped doing it towards the end because a sniper to replenish, like I was using 2 snipers and a saw blade. Because I was in like the 20s of floors, like 20-something floors, and so I had to replenish both snipers and the saw blade, which is 300 gold cost every time. So your 600 that you would have gotten from that without the double gold would be eaten down by 300, and you'd only get 300 from that. And if you lose a single time, you lose both snipers and the saw blade. The snipers are each worth 750, so 1,500 plus another 500, so 2,000. So 900, not 900 profit, because you have to remember that it would be 300 profit, right? 300 because you wouldn't have gotten the 2x. So it's by getting the 2x that you got that. So like, just to illustrate exactly why it took so long is because if you can do 600 a run, which I was able to do more but it took a lot more time. But if you're able to do 600 a run, which you got 1,200 for 2x, so 600 a run, and then you spend 300 of that on on weaponry. Now you're left with 300 gold profit per run. Then you like expand that across different runs. But if you lose a single time, your 2 snipers are gone and your saw blades are gone. If you want to get those back, you've got to spend 1,500 for the 2 snipers plus 500 for the saw blade, setting you back by a total of 2,000 gold. Which is, if you're getting 300 a pop, it's crazy. A certain number of floors, wouldn't it be smart to technically reset with no gear? Yeah, it might be, honestly. Although the early floors do give you less reward, but then like my final one, I got double gold and I was able to get maybe like 1,200 at a low floor, which is like normally that would be like so easy to get. Like at a higher floor, I would say with double XP I could have been getting 2,000 plus. I should have been getting 2,000 plus, but I never got double XP, so it just took such a long time, you know. It just took an unbelievable long time. And of course, yeah, like the cost is so high. 1 double XP, I would have gotten... If I got, imagine 2 double XPs, I would be almost half of my whole thing if I got them in a row. But so every time for like legitimately 10 hours straight, I was like, okay, we're going back down, you know. Is this one going to be double XP? And it wasn't, and it wasn't, and it wasn't, it wasn't, it wasn't. It was crazy, over and over again. And then finally at the very end, I was like at 9,000 something, and I was like, please double XP, because you know, there's no guarantee you even get 1,000 from a place. Like that's best case scenario. And I was turning in radiators as well, so like I was min-maxing as much as I could down there. It actually is so much harder than, you know, to get that much. Although if you get lucky and you get a bunch of double XPs or double gold, you might be all right with it. But without that, it's genuinely so much harder than it seems. I went into is it Takers? I went into their chat and I was talking about it, and they were like, I think I could get probably in four runs I could get 10,000. That's crazy it took so long. And I was like, oh, you don't know, because I had probably the best player in the whole game come in, and they were telling me that it's between like, you probably get between like 800 and 1,500 gold per run if you destroy everything except for the blue things, and if you extract all the things that are high value, and then the things that are low value, you break all of them and turn that all into gold, all the scrap you gain into gold, you're looking at maybe like 1,000 something. And so it was like, yeah, you're not like it's not even gonna be close. It's not gonna be close. Which fair enough, you know, fair enough. Like I didn't know it until I did it. I don't think anybody knows until they do it just how insane a 10,000 gold is to get. Although again, like you could get, yeah, radiators convert, yeah, which is you get, for every 120 scrap you're getting 30 gold. And with double XP, with double gold gain though, that'd be a lot. That would convert to a lot, but without that, it's so brutal. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I want to put a series of these cogs down. Let me do like this. Let's see if I can adjust it into place a bit better, because I would like it to be centered if I can. But I don't. Maybe I can't, honestly. Let me see. What could I do that could help me center it? Is there something that I could get that is like a pointer of some kind, like something with an end or a bottom, a base that is super thin? Oh, you know what? Bar stools might work. Potentially. Or a bench? No, a bench is crazy. There's something, maybe something small, like a plant. Can I do a plant and see if this lets me wedge you out? Maybe. Let me see. Let me see if there's like this. Ah, yes. All right. Yes. All right. So, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. And then I can put something in the side there. There's not a lot of room, though. Small painting? But that would be too far. That'd be too far. Wall shelf? Remember that because I walked out with 2,000 scrap as well? Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2,000. I think you for sure could. If I could have just gotten some gosh dang double gold. But to be fair, yeah, there were two losses in there, so that set me back as well. What do I need? So I mean, I could put plants into this pocket, stacking up with enough of a gap to like have that with, but the plants would kind of peek out funny. I don't know if that would look good or not. What do you think? Or oh yeah, but yeah, well, no, I was gonna say wall shelf, but I could put something. What about something like really tall? Maybe wall shelf is. I wish. Maybe signs. What could work? No. I mean, maybe the plant is the play. Wait, what about? No. This wouldn't work. This wouldn't work. What about, well, maybe it would. Well, hold on. I mean, it wouldn't add to the experience. It would, well, actually, I don't know if it would. I don't think it would. But what about move this over here? If I could fit this in there. I don't think I can. What if I did, what if I toppled it backwards like this and moved it in there? Would that work? Maybe not. What about, wait, what if I, oh, okay, be careful. All right. I'm thinking. I need something that sort of hooks into there and then stops it from being pushed forward, but also, I guess the plant for now is the play. Ooh. Thinking there. Oh, you're not good. Why is it going there? It was going in there before. Pardon me. Okay, I don't know. For some reason. I swear the plant was going in there and then coming out before. Ah, okay, be careful. I want to knock everything over. So maybe not the plant. Maybe not the plant. Okay, what else? What else? Wall, furniture. Okay, so let's think about it. Let me think about this wall shelf concept. So let's say it were upright. So rotate, set here, and press down. Out of ideas, maybe stack some TVs. This actually might. Is there be space? It's so close. It's actually so close. But this is wedged as much as it can be. Look at oh. Go. Yes. Maybe. I don't even know if I can go back now. Because this thing, I have to break it, I guess. I think. Hold on. Decor. Hold on. I need you to get behind that. Okay, where did I leave my chop saw? I think it's important for it to be flat against, like, or unless maybe it can't be, but it looks like it could be. So I think it might be important for it to be sort of flat against with this behind. Okay. So we're gonna do cogwheel, or maybe just no, maybe it has to be just a regular painting because the cogwheel's not fitting here. Oh, come on, surely you can. All right, well, okay. And it is why the first batch of rewards don't show when starting a game. The gold tinfoil and gold pot aren't in my game yet. I've redeemed them. That I don't know. I haven't messed with it myself, so I can't speak to that too much. But let me scroll this down. Okay. So what we're gonna do? Let's do like this, and then do like this. But if anybody does happen to know, let us know. Perhaps you can assist if you have sorted out yourself before. Bench. No, not bench. It would be the wall bench here. Wall shelf. Oh, wait, what? Wait. What is this behavior? Well, that's weird. This one rotates that way. But that's still not what I need. Go here, grab. All right, pull you up, rotate you. Stop, dude. my nice things aren't gonna be nice anymore if you do that. All right, place. Come on, push. Yes, and then set, and let me push. Let me push you. Oh, maybe it's not gonna work. Let me just shift you over a little bit. Come on, a little bit more that way. Oh no, dude. All right, one more time. Shelf can be rotated to look like a partition. Ah, yeah, that is cool. I like that. Back it up. Okay, I gotta be careful of the things here. Rotate. I'm gonna have to put. Yeah, it's gonna have to start higher up. Pull it in. Touch here, then down. Yes, and then set, and let me push you. Oh, let me push you. Yes, come on, a little more. Yep. Oh, yes. Come on. All right, that will do. That's interesting. Is that good? Do you think that's good? I think. Is there anything more that I can do to this? But I think that's pretty good. That is pretty bizarre. And it fits in there. It's the only thing that fits in there. Wait, what if I... Hold on. No, I was thinking maybe I could stack plants inside of this and that'd be kind of wild, but I don't think plants would fit in there. I wouldn't imagine so. It'd be kind of crazy if they did, but I think I'd break it trying. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's very different. It does make me think... Well, it's not gonna be worth anymore if I do it the other way, but my brain is like, maybe we could have this upright and then have this flat forward, which would also be sort of interesting. But yeah, it's different. It's different enough. The thing is, so what I want to do is build it so that we have a few of them. Oh, careful. So I want to rotate you sideways. Oh my gosh. Come on, rotate you sideways. And press a little bit. Yo, chill. And then push in. Oh, it's just, it fits so, it's like a glove. It's like a glove. It's so exact. All right. Plonk you down. Then we have, so plus 200 health. So I should have a maximum of, what, 300 health right now? Oh, careful. Rotate. Oh, dude. It's telling me, oh, you level up if you just leave it where it is. And I'm like, no, I would not leave it. Okay, 3 might be exactly enough. Then in order for it to continue, we're going to need to build furniture. Where's the box? Large box. And put it... Really, it's going to be against the wall, ultimately, I think. Maybe 2 of them, even. Like this. Oh, but then I'm going to have to drop it in. So I'm going to need ones on top of it as well. And then 1 here. Okay. Careful. Place, and then push a little bit. Now, another one. Oh my gosh. This build is a little weird, a little wacky. Okay, so now I need to flip you on this, and then drag you across. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not quite it. Flip you on this. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to press these forward a little. I need you to be tight in there, and you to be tight in there. And then rotate. Oh, this is going to be weird. Come on. Oh, there's a light in front of me right now, which is annoying, but... And forward. Over and forward. Come on, fit. Oh, I didn't even think about how tight this is. Yes! Okay, down. Oh, okay, it's happening. That's so silly. Okay, wait, well, let me get you out of the way. We got a couple things in our way right now. Don't want you to mess up my process. Okay, take. All right. So flip using this, then shift it up over this box part. Yep. Keep moving. Now. Get it upright and vertical. Press a little bit. Yep. Press. Oh, careful. Yes. Okay, 2. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. All right, 1 more. Come on. Okay. It to be as upright as it can be. Press a little bit more. Come on, just this last little bit. Unless that's enough, but I don't think it is. Ah, yes. Okay. Is that in though? I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. That was the idea. And we have... Pull it all off. We have a perfectly uniform creation. Bring all the boxes off. Yes. Okay. The grand reveal. The grand reveal. Okay. Off. Oh my gosh, there's so many boxes. So many boxes holding this all together. Get them all off the front. Okay. Oh, careful there. Careful there. I mean, I'm just gonna break so much stuff in here. I don't need any of these boxes or whatever. And I've got so much scrap. Place you in. Okay. Let me even. Yep. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, it's weird. It's so weird. So, 2 stacks of cogwheels. We have painting, big painting, small painting, small painting, big painting, big painting, small painting, small painting, big painting. Then the crates full of the signs, and finally more cogs in the back. That's so ridiculous. I don't even know what to think of this. I don't know if I'd call it my wonders or anything, but it is cool. And it's so compact, too. Alright. Well, that's that. We now have... What? How much HP? 290... Okay. I don't know if I should add more to it, or if I should... I mean, I guess I like that that might be good enough for now. That might be good enough for now. And now what I need to do is just test out and find out how the outdoors work. So... This part will be just the basics of putting together the outside. But you know what I might even do first? Because the point of that was just to give myself some immunity to the sun. Let me grab these couple here. How much time can I spend now in the sun? Let's toss this down as well. Safely. So I go out here, and I'm standing. Okay. 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 I mean, that's a lot of time. Then this. And how much time does this give me? And also, if I hit tab. Okay, yeah. That's what I knew. I didn't think so. No, my umbrella. Oh, my umbrella. Yeah. My poor umbrella, where are you? Oh, okay, it broke instead. Sweet. I think the umbrella itself was so sharp. Yeah, so okay, so there's a pretty good amount of time that you can stand outside, and that is good, because there are 2 missions that I want to go on now. So I can stand outside for a good amount of time. I spent all this time creating the perfect little box in my health room, and it is nice. It is actually really nice. Let me go ahead and toss this down, and I want to introduce you to the next stage. But let me do this. So what we're going to do, if you're on YouTube, you're about to see something kind of insane, so do stick around. I'm going to transfer you over to the next stream, and in that next stream... I'm excited about this because the next 2 things are the 2 that I was really excited for. I want to make sure we get out of the way and create something impressive, and I think it is good. But there's something really cool waiting for you. So let me go ahead and send the people on YouTube, make sure they're all going, make sure you're all going to the correct place. I'll check in here first, and I believe the other one is already set up, so that one should be fine. Okay, but let me, if you are over there, I suppose I will send you over, redirect to the next one. I'm excited for this. This is going to be huge. And then we can get to the proper building. But before the building, we do have something quite incredible in store. Okay, redirect. It looks like it's not fully set up there. That's fine. And then we go save. All right. Prepare yourselves. Prepare your minds. Prepare your hearts and your souls. But let me go ahead and transfer you over and then start the next stream. Make sure we're good here. All right. Let me see. So... end that one. Yes. Edit and change to